Hottest styles, every shoe, every color. When you're famous, it can be kind of fun. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is either real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVE OMI DEFX DACAT Loki update video. We do have quite a bit to go over, guys. If you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, especially that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Oh God, what? There's so much to go over today. Will Kuma? Oh, I know. What up, Kuma? I know why you need more OMI. You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? You're in the OMI beta now, aren't you? And the OMI beta is. I was just on Booth's channel, just on his stream from 6 to 7, and I tell everyone here the same thing I told him. Can't say anything that's, like exclusive to the beta, but everybody I know that is in the beta wants more OMI. And I don't know if there's there's a Venn diagram, right, of the people in the beta and then people selling their stuff at like record local lows for OMI. And there's some overlap. And straight fire. And the overlap I think is significant. I don't think there's anybody that is in there that is like not impressed, even if they're not impressed with it, which most. So I can't say how many people. There's dozens of people in there right now, and most of them are on Telegram. There's like 2 or 3 people that are in the beta that are not on Telegram, but it's pretty freaking cool. And there are, I mean, we've seen it like literally in the last few hours. Again, I missed out on what I think is a really good collectible because I was on Booth's channel. Not because I was on Booth. It's just I'll show you. Gosh, where are we? Where are we? Partner statue. Partner statue is now 5.4 million OMI, but it was 5, and then it was 4.7. It was 4.7 million OMI, and I missed it. And then there was the continues now, the Spider-Man, Secret Rare Spider-Man. Now it did sell the other day at 10 million OMI, and then 11.8 was the floor. Then it was 11, then 10, like this guy, Mr. Scoggins or Mrs. Coggins, every like hour or so when it doesn't sell, start at 11, then 10.9, 10.8, 10.7. You can see where this is going. That gets to a point where like how low does Mr. or Mrs. this person go before they either take it. Now this person also sold their partner statue at 4.7 million OMI, and I would have bought it there, but I was on Booth's channel and I missed it. Now I think that and this is still $2,200 at 10.7. The partner statue at 5 was still over, even like 4.7. 4.7, it was close to it. That might have been like 970 or something, 980. But even at 5 million OMI, which it was at before it was lowered, 5 million OMI was still over $1,000 because OMI has, not doing too bad. It's 0.0021. It's up 5.5% today. Now, is it doing what ETH is doing? No, but it's again, and that's on the day. Let's take a look at it on the week, and then on the monthly. So on the week it's up 10%, 9.9, but round up to 10. On the month, it's up 32%, 31.83. We're rounding up, so that's pretty good. On the year, it's up like 10%, right? It's not like a huge thing, but yeah, on the month, 32%. That's really not bad. Now going to Ethereum, damn, we are up 7% today, 33% on the week, 29% on the month. That's at 2,500 now. We haven't had that in quite a while. And the consequence of that, if you take a look at say Mutant Apes are up 10%. I think Lil Pudgies are also up 14.5%. Jesus. So like pudgies were like 3.8 yesterday when we were at like 2,300, or there was 0.38 ETH at 2,300. Now we're at 2,500, and we're at 0.429 ETH. So not only did the value of ETH go up, which it's measured in, but the amount of ETH that it was worth has gone up too. So it's just it's really gone up like 30% because of the amount of the double whammy that you get, like the double dip. Did the bull run start? That is the question. I have had extensive. I fell off my diet and I'm gonna fast. I'm fasting right now. Well, not really. I ate at like 7:20 was the last time I had eaten. I'm not gonna eat for like 36 hours. I'm not gonna eat tomorrow. I'll eat like the day after. Maybe I'll wait 48, but probably 36, right? I fell off hard. Anyway, I didn't drink. I haven't drank for like 5 weeks now. Not that it matters when you're fat as fudge. Anyway, I had couple conversations with the Will Kiefer, Lori Brenner's husband. Everyone comment F down below. Pay respect to Lori Brenner. God rest her soul. Love that woman so much. And he's very good at TA. Like that's what he does by trade, right? It's his passion. That's what he likes to do. He likes to look at charts. He's good at it. Very good at it. And just like and I used this metaphor before with Booth. If anyone's ever gone bowling, if anyone's ever taken like bowling like seriously, it's like, okay, like, you know, how do you like to play it? And it'll depend on the oil patterns, depends on the type of, you know, reactive ball that you have. Back in the day, you know, Black Widow, the one, the curve, like there was a lot of like Ebonite tends to hit the pocket hard. Storm is generally pretty good. Brand of bowling balls, but you know, if you were really technical at bowling, it's like, okay, on this oil pattern, I like to go, you know, straight up second arrow, you know, the 10 board. I like to place, you know, on like the 34th, you know, throw over there. Some guys would be a little bit more aggressive, be like, well, I'll go to like the 5, but I'll start over here. I'll throw it out to the 5, watch it come back. But then there's guys that'll be like, well, I'll do areas. I'll go from like the 4 to the 7 board. And if I hit a little high, most times you still get the, you know, sometimes the 4 pin stays up. A lot of times it still falls. And if you go a little light, a lot of times, sometimes the 10 pin stands up, but a lot of times you get that mix. And then, so you can do areas and still get a perfect game, get all these things. What a lot of TA guys do, I want to do it naturally. I don't want to do it. And I'm not saying that peptides are bad. I'm not saying that other stuff. I just, you know, it was Ozempic 2 years ago, right? It was like there's all these, and I'm not saying peptides are fad or jiblet, but I want to do it naturally. Like I had high cholesterol, right? And the doctor's like freaking out, like, oh my, like she didn't even ask me what my diet was. Like, you need to be put on this stat. I was like, okay, listen, lady, I'm just gonna change my diet. I'm gonna eat not as many whole eggs, not as many burger patties, and I'll just eat a little bit more chicken, a little bit more turkey, and you know, I'll still eat whole eggs because you should, and I'll still eat steak because you should. But you know, I'm not gonna just put this drug in my system when you're not even sure like what my diet is doing. Oh, then hell no, I'm not using Ozempic. I don't really have heart disease. I just had like high cholesterol, which I assume I still have a little bit of, but again, I'm not. Yeah, I don't need it. I do things naturally mostly. I'm not. Yeah, not about that. Anyway, so like bowlers, like, you know, you have people that do like super technical, like then you have other guys that do areas. A lot of TA guys will do, and it's like counting cards. Like you could mathematically make the right move, be like, okay, there's a lot more, you know, 10s to aces now. That should be coming out because the count's like +8, you know, and like a 4-shoe deck. It's like, okay, it's a pretty decent chance, or better than average chance, that you get a decent hand or you get a blackjack. You know, cool. So you bet higher when the higher the count goes, the higher you bet, typically. And even though you could mathematically make the right call, like let's say, dealer's showing a 5, and it's like, okay, and I know there's like rules of blackjack, like, well, dealer showing, you got to assume they have a 10 under there. Not when the count is like -8. The count's -8. They don't have, they most likely do not have like a face card under there. So, but if the count is like +8, +10, like whatever, then yeah, you should assume that they have a 10, because there's a lot more 10s to aces in the deck that haven't come out yet than there are of 2s to 6s. So if they have a 5 and the count's like +12, you're like, okay, I have 17. You could have 12. Stay, because the dealer's probably going to bust. So you're mathematically making the right call, but just because the math works out that way, just because the math works like, yeah, there's much higher chance that a 10 to ace comes out than a 2 to 6, doesn't mean that the lady won't have like a 6 under there. Doesn't mean that the dealer won't have like an 8 under there and then get like another 6. And so TA is a lot like that, where it's like, hey, they'll do the areas like, we could hit like, let's say like 79 to 82, and we'll probably go down to like 66 to 69. We'll hit there first, in this area, we'll go down there. Or you could have somebody being like, yeah, 79.5, that is the top. 79,560 is the cross between the 200-week moving average and like 200. Like you get very technical, and it's like, we're going to go to 67.8, and and then we go up to 90, then we go down to 72. Like, again, there's a lot there is some people right now that think that the rug gets pulled out from under us one last time, that this is just all hype, it's a trap, and we go down further. And the reasoning behind their thinking is that the last 4 bull markets, Bitcoin took a 93% haircut, 88% haircut, 83% haircut, and 77% haircut. So it's like, okay, we have a precedent, multiple precedents have been set of us going 77 to 93% haircut from the top to the bottom. What happened this time? Went 53%. It's like, okay, that's a 24% difference, where that hasn't happened the entire history of Bitcoin. Going down 93%, wild. It's dead, right? Cool. Go out, go crazy all-time highs. Then you go down, 88%, dead, right? Like everyone thinks it's dead. Crazy all-time highs, go down 83%. Crazy all-time highs, go down 77%, as it was last cycle. This cycle, now last cycle, everyone was saying it was different, right? Like, yeah, we're not gonna go down. We might get like a 30% haircut, but no way we go down crazy like last time, because now we got Elon Musk buying, we got Michael Saylor, we got Jack Dorsey. This is all in like 2019, 2020, right? When stuff is going up, and they think it'll never come back down. Then 2022, and then, but now it is different in a significant way. You still have Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk and Michael Saylor, but you also have Trump, who was pretty anti-crypto in 2016. Like, Pepperidge Farm remembers, Trump was not always crypto friendly. He was actually actively anti-crypto. And shout out to Josh Mandel, who is the former Ohio State treasurer, that I think was really essential in getting Trump to flip positive on Bitcoin and crypto. And he's like, hey, you want to win, you need the crypto vote. So yeah, now you have those 3 that were still buying, then Trump, like his clan, they were friends. Then you have heads of state that are buying it, you have countries that are buying it. So yeah, maybe this time going down 53% was the bottom. Because a lot of TA guys will tell you, I don't pay attention to news, I just look at charts. Cool. That worked for a while when heads of state and countries weren't buying Bitcoin, but now they are. And we knew that on Wednesday Trump was going to meet with heads of crypto, and they didn't come out and talk about that until Wednesday afternoon. But on Wednesday morning, it just shot up, like shot through. Oh my God. And it hasn't come down since. Now, I don't think that like this, nothing goes up forever. You're probably going to have a pullback. How high do we go before we get the pullback, and how big is the pullback? So, I think in 6 months from now, we could point to, what was the date on Wednesday? We can point to August 19th and be like, yeah, that was probably the start. The bottom was whatever we were at, 57, 58, whatever. That was the bottom, start of the bull run. I think in 6 months from now, you'll be able to say like, yep, it was August 19th. That was the start. You know, we were chopping forever. We were going to break up or break down. Nobody knew which way it was going to be. I was under the impression that we were going to break down and we would see like a 50K Bitcoin, we'd see a 40K Bitcoin, but that's not what happened. Now, again, there are some people that still think that we get there. Still, I don't see how at this point. We had so many months of like negative news and Bitcoin was just chopping sideways, and now like I really don't see how we get there. But let's say this is the start of the bull run. Even if you go lower, like if we have another correction to like let's say like 66, and it's like, oh man, you know, I thought we were like finally moving. Like that's still a higher low. Like the low again at 57. Like if we get another low at like 66, 68, whatever, and then you go to you know, like 85, 90, and then you come down 75. Like as long as there's higher lows and the trajectory is still up, I think that's fine. I know everyone wants like all-time high, like 100K by the end of the year. And yeah, I think it was Standard Chartered said 100K by the end of the year, and then Fidelity said like something absolutely crazy by the end of the year. And so when you get the big banks making those predictions, yeah, that's another sign that the bull run is probably, if not here, definitely on its way, and it's close. You know, Adam the Woo, right? Dead at 50. Give me one sec here. I did not know who he was, but yeah, he died last year. I assume he was a great guy. I assume people loved him. By the cut out his face, the chunkiness of his fingers, let you know that yeah, like listen, I'm fat, I get it. I'm not like this guy. And again, he's 51, or he was 51. I'm not 51, and I wasn't that fat. I was never that fat. So, but again, I don't want to like talk bad about him, but I just think that it's a little bit, not a great comparison. But anyway, we'll keep going. Oh, what's up? Food for Sharks, aka Alberto, saying hello, Mr. Randy. Hello, Mr. Food for Sharks. Meow, meow, meow. Brendan Babcock. There is over, he says. Soft bull market has started. Bull run officially starts at 82K per Dr. Profit. Now, there's a couple of Dr. Profits out there. Is it the Dr. Profit that we all know and love, like who's Dr. Collect now? Or is it Dr. Profit? There's another Dr. Profit. There's multiple Dr. Profits. Is the one like on X that some of us know. 78K. Uneducated peeps always have terrible diets. I've seen people of all education levels have good and terrible diets. I haven't seen it really where I mean, I'm imagining, thinking about it now, and I don't really know if it has much to do with education. I think it's more of the fact that like the more successful you are and have better access to like to better quality food, you know, tend to have that. Again, it's really hard for like I'm not gonna get canceled for this, but I've dated poor girls and I've dated rich girls. And poor girls, it's like a staple of hot Takis, Monster, and like girls in general don't like to drink water for some godforsaken reason. I have a headache. Drink any water today? I had a Red Bull. Did you eat today? I had some hot Cheetos. Like that's a lot. Like that's universal for girls. Um, but it seems to me that the poorer girls, or the girls that were, you know, kind of riding that poverty line, would have the worst diets, and girls that are, you know, come from wealthier families or just are fairly wealthy themselves, you know, they're eating salmon, they're eating salads, they just have a better diet. And I don't know how much of that has to do with education. I'm sure some, but mm, it just really depends what path you go. It's like I've known poor athletes. Like I've known people that were, again, like not wealthy at all, but they're athletes and they're just they know what to eat. And then I've known rich people that just like are just that have awful diets. So again, it really depends. I mean, my nutrition's, I mean, not the past few days, but nutrition is mostly on point. Um, I mean, depends. If you ask a billionaire, am I poor? Absolutely. If you ask a teenager in the projects, no, I'm rich as fuck. You know, but yeah, it depends. Poor people meat is full of disease. It can be. Taco Bell is not. Taco Bell is not really good quality meat. Oh, it's so good though. Wu was with Disney. Yeah. Is the channel an OMI beta tester? I mean, I'm an OMI beta tester. Is the chat like is Dashi is like the YouTube channel? I am. I don't know about other people. I don't know about the channel, if that makes sense. Um, who did a lot of Disney content? Oh, I imagine he was a decent person. I imagine, you know, there's a reason for his success, why he was well known. Dr. Collect Chain, Dr. Profit. Okay, so he says 82. Okay. Well, it's possible we get there soon because, I mean, ETH 2,500. Did not see that. I feel like what's his name in Avengers Age of Ultron. You didn't see that coming? I did not see that coming. 78K Bitcoin right now. And we were at 79 something this morning. It's like 79.4, I think we whipped up to. Bruce Wayne puts no trash in his body. Yeah, he has, I assume, a very good diet. Or he's trying to hurry out the door, get the yeah, they might be. Kuma says, my wife said you were spot on. Girls don't drink water and love hot Cheetos. Bro, it is universal. That's what they do. Yeah, it's I don't care where you're from. Like, remember what's his name? The announcers in Star Wars Episode 1? Oh, I don't care what universe you're from. That's gotta hurt. I don't care what country you're from. Every girl has the same mindset to just not drink water and eat hot Cheetos. And Navy guys usually live long. Well, I mean, Navy guys, if you're in the military, you tend to have a shorter lifespan. You tend to have accelerated aging, and yeah, military aged me quite a bit. I got Dr. Clark never said that anywhere. Like, how do you know he didn't have a private conversation with it? Like, how do you know they're not friends? Like, like they might talk on like Telegram or something. Like, they might work with each other in some way. Like, just because it wasn't said like in public doesn't mean that it wasn't said. And Dr. Prophet's generally very smart. Why are they trying to jump ship on that Lincoln ship? I'm not privy to the info of Lincoln Ship Navy. Oh, is that the one that's like oh no, I thought it was, no, never mind. I have no idea what it's headed back to San Diego after replacements arrive in the Middle East and heads home after extended deployment. Oh, very good, very good. Yeah, it's military can be rough sometimes. Anyway, so that's the bull bear argument. You know, are we in the bull? Again, like I said, in a few months they'd look back like, yeah, this is a start, in my opinion. Transhitter supply line Good. It looks like. Where? Like the supply line of what? Let me know. I've never joined the military. Um, it's kind of hard to get in the military too. I mean, it's not hard. It's like, let's say, like harder than going to like a college, but it's yeah, you have to be in a certain amount of in a certain shape. You have to not have flat feet. You can't have like your vision's got to be okay. Supply line to Lincoln. Well, it's a Navy ship. Like there's no. I mean, they probably have to switch out like the guys, but I mean, the U.S. controls like one every like open ocean, unless it's like near a country where they have, but like the anywhere that's in water, the U.S. will have control of if they want to. It says many things in private groups you're not in. People actually pay for his insight. Yeah. Like I said, like so I'm in a few groups with Dr. Prophet, but I don't purport to be like in everyone. So when Brandon Babcock says that Dr. Prophet said 8-2, that's when it starts. I have no reason to think like, oh, Brandon, he didn't say that. Like I'm sure he did. If Brandon's saying that, like I have no reason to like doubt Brandon's like words here. Again, I mean, if, let's say if I did, if I had a reason to doubt, I'd be like, oh, I don't know about that. But even if I wasn't sure, and he's saying that, okay, well, that's a new piece of information, and it's like, okay, let's say I do believe him, which I do. But let's say if I was skeptical, like, well, let's say I do believe it, it'd be silly of me to not play those dominoes out, and even just to juggle the idea that, or maybe he said that, that is true. So yeah, just because you don't say it in public doesn't mean that it's not in private. And I'm probably in a group or two with Brandon. There's so many Telegram groups, right? But I assume he's in other groups that I'm not in, which makes sense because you can't be in every one. Shall we prove that military is harder to get into than college? Oh, well, I mean, you can get into college and be fat. Like you can get into like, and I'm not talking like Harvard or anything, but you can get into college and be fat. You can't get into the military and be fat. I mean, you can get into the military and be a certain body type. Like you have to be able to run. You have to be able to like lift things. You have to be able to do stuff. Like college, you don't need any of that. College, you can be in college and be, and again, I'm not talking like Harvard. Like it's clearly harder to get into Harvard than the military, but you could be fairly dumb and go to a community college. In the military, they have determined that if you have below an 83 IQ, I think, that it is not impossible. It's anything that they could try to train you to do would be completely counterproductive and a waste of money. So they just don't accept you. And that's like 12% of the population. So again, you could have an 81 IQ and go to college. You cannot have an 81 IQ and go in the military. Like they just don't do that. Tony Bean says, these supply ships to resupply, and when Iran hit that base, it hurt the supply ships. Which base? I mean, we have like 900 bases in the world outside, and yeah, like which base would you be talking about? I mean, again, ships have times when they're ashore, have times when they're offshore. His opinion says, Shiv, my friend in the Navy, said they had Pokemon machines on base. Did you have such a thing? In my time, there were the highest ranking person enlisted wise that you could get that liked Pokemon was probably like a tech. Like I don't think there were any master sergeant unless like reservists rank up really quickly. Like reservists rank up so quick. So maybe in the reserves there was a master sergeant that was like into Pokemon, but in my time you could be like a tech sergeant, and there was probably like captains that were into it too, but mostly not. Mostly like I don't want to say the old heads that were in, like techs and above, they didn't know what Pokemon, what they didn't understand Pokemon. They didn't like even people like my age, and because now Pokemon was made with like Wizards of the Coast, right? Like that was the company that made them. So it was very, very big on the coast. Me being from New York, just very big in the suburbs, but like in the Midwest, you don't really have like in like real America, like you don't really have like a local card shop to go to or a comic book store where they sell that. Maybe you saw it on TV, but a lot of times, even on like Long Island, New York City would get stuff first, like even like fashion, like they would get stuff first. Then it goes to like the boroughs, then it goes to like in Nassau County, and then it goes to Suffolk. So there's usually like a 3 to 6 month. There used to be a 3 to 6 month delay of even stuff like fashion, where it would eventually get there. And with even with Pokemon, like it's blasted everywhere in like New York City and the boroughs, but in Long Island, like you had to have like a place where there's like a toy place or a card place or a comic book shop. You had to know where these were, and hopefully they're in biking distance. They're in the Midwest, and you don't really have that. Like so there were people that I served with from the Midwest, from places that I was like, yeah, I didn't understand Pokemon. Like friend Mike Miller, freaking love this guy. Just the angriest guy you ever met, and you love him. He was like, I don't understand Pokemon. I don't know what Pikachu is, and he just didn't get Facebook. He didn't get like online. He was a real guy. He was like OG. He was just your friends what your friends are. Like he didn't get like the new tech nerdy stuff. Now liking both, like I like baseball, I like football, I like typical guy things, but I also like Pokemon, and I like and I like anime. Like it wasn't like it's cool to like anime now. It was not cool to like anime back in the day. Like you were a nerd, you were a dweeb, you were like we're still like weeb trash, right? But um, you had to like come out to your friends in high school, guys. I still like Pokemon, and hopefully like your friends are cool with it, and but yeah, it just wasn't cool back in the day. And in the military, it's an old boys club, and it's good old boy, and it's like Pokemon wasn't really like a. There were some people when I was in, especially at the end of my enlistment, when he had these like end of my enlistment, I'm like 25, right, old guy in the military. You have kids 18, 19 years old that were Naruto running. Like, I shit you not. You had kids 18 that were Naruto running, and I love to see that. And the old head, like so wild that you could have like Gen X with the young millennial, and it's like it was insane. And now that you have like Gen Z there and Gen Alpha probably close to getting in, it's crazy. But no, they had to have emails come out when Pokemon Go came out. Do not play Pokemon Go on base. People did anyway, and I'm certain there were court martials about it. But yeah, you could not play Pokemon Go on base. They did not want that data going, anywhere. Just got into community college. That was very easy, I admit. Yeah, like it's harder to get into the military than community college. But if you go like Ivy League, it's definitely harder to get into Ivy League than it is to military, right? Because you need to be of a certain intelligence. You need to have like recommendation letters and all that. Like you need to try. You can be in the Army in a week. Army does give waivers for a lot. Like I remember in 2018, I was having an issue with I have an issue with a lot. I had like my liver fail like early 2018. My appendix exploded, and the high risk lending business. I went through like a rut, like a 3 month rut, where I was just like, God, like I was still syndicating money. I was still making money that way, but like my sales just, I don't know what the fuck I was doing wrong. So I went back to a recruiter, an Air Force recruiter, and I was like, hey, I'm thinking about going back in. Like I had already missed a contracting job because my fucking friend Kara like took it from me. So I was doing some private investigating on the side, just make some extra money, and had this network of just incredible friends. And I was like, hey guys, I'm thinking about doing this. And my friend Kara, who I had served with, she had gotten out at that time. Like she had like just gotten out like 6 months prior. and was like, I was going to work for this company that, and all that you would do is just, they had different things, but I would just go to a deployed location and do the job that I did when I was in. And just instead of making shit money like you did in the military, it would have been like 100 something K a year, like non-taxable. But my friend's like, hey, listen, you have this stuff here, you know, you do this stuff with us, don't go. Okay. So Kara decides to go take it. It's like, oh, this bitch. Anyway, I decided to like try to go back in. And the Air Force is like, bro, you are broken. Like my medical they're just like, your appendix just exploded. Like we can't. Like Army guy, we call him Sergeant Snuffy, he's like, yo, Airman Chavez, we can get you a waiver for those things. And I was like, I'm not doing the Army. If any young people are here and you're thinking about, hey, you know, I want to go, I want to serve my country, you know, it's family tradition, do Air Force. Air Force is country club compared to the Army and Marine. Now, like, Marines are just animals. Like they're like straight up animals. And Army life is you do a lot of rucking, you do a lot of I got beat up in the military, like my body is like destroyed, like even now it's not good, but Army it's like worse by like a multiple. And Army, they need people, right? Like it's, yeah. Well, to be honest, you can be stupid and go to the military, basically be a meat shield. Well, they want to get as many people in as many qualified positions as possible, but again, they determine, like, because it costs money to do this. Like from the time that you see an ad on TV, the time a recruiter goes to your school, the time that you walk into a recruiter's office, to the time that you go to your first duty station, it costs tens of thousands of dollars to, you know, to get that person to that position. Like if you're like if you're a Navy corpsman, like $250,000 easy. Like if you are of anything of significance, minimum $100,000, like $150,000. My tech school was very very low. If you're in intelligence, $150,000 education, right? My tech school was very very short. I had a very the three like dumbest jobs that you can get that required the lowest ASVAB scores were services, security forces, and 2T2. And I was 2T2. So yeah, you can be pretty dumb, but again, if you are under a certain IQ, it's considered counterproductive to try to get you to do certain things, and you just they won't do it because it's not worth it monetarily to them. Just got into community college. Huzzah, Sonny Bean. And definitely be fat in the Air Force. Depends on your version of fat. You have to have a waist measurement of under 36 inches. You have to be able to do 1.5 miles in like 13 minutes. You have to be able to do like 50 push-ups and like 50 sit-ups in a minute. And you have to do all those things. Like, so like that's the fitness test is pretty easy. But you have to have a waist under 30, I think 36 inches. Yeah, it has to be like 35. Like to get max points, I think you need to have like 30, or maybe max points is like 34 inches, and you could technically have like a 38-inch waist. You just don't get max points for it. But again, if you don't pass a PT test, you have one more chance to be able to pass it, but you missed a couple in a row, like you're done. And there's some people that can get like like there are some girls that get pregnant just so they don't have to take a PT test. It is freaking insane, but it's what happens. And you can get waivers for it. Like I had a waiver in 2014 because my back was like already like it was hecked. So I had a waiver in 2014 for one of my tests, and then as it got better and I got better, then you know the waiver, you know. But there are some commanders that if you're on a waiver for too long, they get you out. because it doesn't look good for their numbers, right? Like it has to look like they're, you know, your force is fit to fight. But if you're fat, like I knew a gal that the commander was like, you are a fat fuck. You cannot leave base with your uniform on because you're an embarrassment. And I was like, oh my God, that is wild. Because like, yeah, you're not disgracing my Air Force uniform by wearing this off base. I'm embarrassed to have you as like a airman, like under my command. I was like, God damn. And the girl wound up losing the weight and stuff. But yeah, there are some people like, if you're chunky, they'll let you know. Yeah, A3 is the no. There are people that I've known in the military that, yeah, they're probably around the A3, like they're probably just on the cusp of it. They're still cool people. Like, they're still like, it's weird. It is the wildest friend group that you'll have, because you'll have a good old boy from like Arkansas, you'll have a howdy y'all person from Texas, you'll have an Asian, I remember this guy Wangari, straight from Kenya, just like, dude can run all day and just like, oh, Airman Chavez, do you have a girlfriend? I need to know. I'm like, what? Why do you need to know this? He's like, I need to know because I need, like, there's just the friend groups that you have is like such a wild friend group, unlike any other, because you're all from different places. Air Force full of fatties. Air Force is probably, I would say the Navy might be the Air Force and Navy are probably tied for the fattest. Marines are probably most in shape, then Army, and then Air Force and Navy are probably neck and neck for like the worst in shape. I know it was a big story last week. Read the articles, covered anywhere but Fox News. I don't really watch any news. Are you following this war at all? Not as much as I should be. The Midwest has eBay. Currently they do, yes. But if we're talking about Pokemon back in the day, I mean, like, when I was in 2016, I served with a dude that still had dial-up in his home in I think it was Arkansas or Alabama, from the A's. This guy William Snow, loved, you dog like this, and he was, that's one, the Southern drawl, and two, like the pause, like, the only thing that I know is this, and it'd be a pause, and this guy Bookhart would be like, "Come on, Snow, spit it out." But again, even in 26, it was 10 years ago, but in 2016, his family like still had dial-up. Like, that's insane. Again, coming from a coastal boy, right? 1977. Did I go over this yet? Did I go over it? 25,000 doll hairs. 120 million OMI. This is significant for so many reasons. That's what I titled this freaking video. 43 minutes in, finally getting to it. Special mint VeVE NFTs bring VeVE to spotlight. What is this spotlight you're talking about, Chavez? Crypto Cosmo posts all the time about Panini, because Panini has these huge sales. These sales that are like in the six figures, like all the time. Like, they happen every day. And VeVE hasn't really had that happen. Maybe years ago it did, but it really hasn't had that happen yet. Excuse me. But they will. And I think that, oh my God, excuse me, I'm so sorry. These are like, one of my sales, the 41 VeVE logo, like that was like a 20K sale. You had 100 million OMI for at the time, that 100 million OMI was only worth $11,700. That was for the number 1,000 Spider-Man. That was the last mint of that secret rare Spider-Man. Now that 100 million OMI is, like full on $20,000, but at the time it's only 11.7. Anyway, a 5-figure sale for that. You had a number 66 partner statue. Not necessarily a special mint, but it's a sub 100. And those are very, very scarce, especially on the partner statues. So the 77s, and why is Turtle Golf so excited about this? Because he is a 1977 Millennium Falcon. And this was done, like this 77 Vader was done with really no marketing. I didn't know about it until it sold. And then I'm on Stacker and I was like, no heckin' way. I take screenshots and I'm about to post it in a group chat that I'm in. And then Sean from Comics Crypto was like, guys, he beat me to it. He already did a post. I was like, he beat me. And I was like, oh my God. Like, so I requoted his post and I was like, there was no marketing done for this. No influencer was talking about it. There was no post on X. It was just and this guy Draco.eth. Now this guy Draco is a big ETH whale. Very big ETH whale, and he's known for putting bounties on like big things. There was like a $5,000 bounty or like a $5,500. He didn't even make public bounty because Sean from Comics and Crypto put a $5,000 bounty on Mint 2005 Ang, and Draco said like I think he wound up paying like $5,500 for it or like $7K, but like whatever. But he does it in crypto because again he's a big ETH whale, so just converting ETH to OMI is fairly easy. And 120 million OMI, which again 100 million when that Secret Rare Spider-Man was sold was only 11.7 thousand, but now 120 is 25,000 because again, it's not just Bitcoin and ETH that are going up. OMI's up 4.5% on the day, and there's a lot of stuff that's being. Give me one second, y'all. So what I'm really liking, aside from that, like Definity might only be up 1.5% on the day, but it's up 33% over the last 7 days. And take a look at DACAT, that is up 9%, not bad, and 37% on the week. And DACAT's actually back over $1 million market cap. Let's go. I think somebody had to have sold some Definity or else it wouldn't have been that. Yeah, there's a couple of sells. Not that bad actually. Like $1,000 of the sells, but still up 1%. So there's what do you think of that? Oh God, I have a lot of messages. And it goes to what I was saying before about people selling their grails for OMI. Now, I think that the 1977 Vader, and I was talking to a friend about this before. Do you think you made the right move? And monetize, was it worth it? It was like, well, it was worth it to him. And again, like we are in this very niche area where if you don't, like OMI for a lot of people is just a means to an end. Like, I don't know if Draco holds like 1 billion OMI because he thinks it's going, to the moon. Like, I don't know if Draco's thinking, yeah, I'll get more OMI because it's going to stunk soon. Draco, again, think ETH whale. Is he an ETH maxi? I have no idea. But it's very possible that he doesn't really hold OMI regularly. It's possible that he only buys OMI when he needs it just to buy these grails. And if you're thinking about it that way and you don't know or care what OMI is going to do in the future because you just want the collectible, then we're in a very, very good time to stack a lot of these grails. Like, again, partner statue has stayed around $1,000. Like, it's gone to like 800 before, right? But it stayed around 1,000, even though the OMI prices fluctuated. It stayed around there, so it's not a bad idea to grab one. Like even now, like one at 4.7 million. Oh my God, I can't believe I missed that. Now it's 5.44 million, so like it's $1,100. The VeVE, or I'm sorry, the VeVE logo, it's still $4,100, under 20 million OMI. Todd, 1.5 million. Cigar Spider, oh, it's 10.6 now. It was 10.8 before, now it's 10.6. See, like every like 45 minutes to an hour, the Mr. Scoggins or Mrs. Coggins, it lowers by 100,000 OMI. If it gets to 10 again, I don't know if it'll get to 10 again, but we'll see. I got recently, and I promise I'll go over my. Promise I'll get back to this. I got an uncommon Ben 10 #1. So there's the uncommon version. And I got number 69. Everyone comment nice down below over the 69. Yes, yes, it was Ben 10 #1. There's only 1,000 editions of him. And actually, there's like less than 100. There's probably like 30 that got bought. Because yeah, like there's just not a ton of him. And I think at some point, now me, I was never really a Ben 10 guy. Booth loves him. Like anyone, I don't say, but like anyone younger than me, they anyone younger than me, they love Ben 10. What about the rare? But yeah, there's like 8 rare that are out there because, you know, yeah, like he's like the the comics.vv.me. Anyway, for Draco, it was worth it to him to pay 25K for that 1977 Vader. Now, what is the next most available, the next best mint? Whatever years that Star Wars came out, or whatever years that Star Wars had movies. Is it every 3 years? Is it 80 and 83? Years Star Wars movies came out. Yeah, 80 and 83. So 80 was Empire Strikes Back. Then you have Phantom Menace that came out in 99. Revenge of the Sith in 05. But when was Attack of the Clones? That was 2002. Okay. Give me one sec. Like the 8 p.m. Okay. So maybe some of those can be worth a little bit as well. You know, because Anakin or Vader's technically in all of them. And then you might have like the special mints, like number 66. Because he has an execute order 66. Like that could be a very big one as well. Although Clever Jerk has those. Clever Jerk's not letting those go. Like good luck trying to get, like, maybe for a Clever Jerk's a whale, right? Like he's a big whale. If you want the numbers like 66 Vaders, because I think he has all of them, multiple 5 figures. If not, like when we get self-custody, someone's probably going to go to him, or they'll be like, hey, Chavez, you know him, bring him this offer, and he'll probably get a 6-figure offer for his set of 66 Vaders. Like that, yeah. Someone will probably offer 100K. I'm texting right now. Give me one sec. Meow. Talking about Maple on live that you will probably get a 6-figure offer for your number 66 Vaders once we get self-custody. He texted me the other day that I assume you've seen the link of the really weird Pokemon Pikachu Charizard thing. It was, I got sent it like 4 times. It was wild. Self-custody is not that far away. It is just around, it's just around the corner. I'd say before the end of the year we get it. Now, I don't know if that means everything's gonna be available right away. I don't know how they're gonna roll it out, but that's pretty soon. They announced it, I think, when was it? They announced self-custody last year, and he's like, that'd be great. I was like, yeah. Whether he takes that or not, I don't know, because he has some OMI too. I don't think I'm at liberty to discuss how much, but just letting you know he's got some OMI as well. Huh. Nice little pump, 11% from the OMI. 00022. Oh, hello. Sorry, I had to. I've got to go to that OMI Whales group. Oh God, where is it? Oh, OMI fans. 0000022. Eyes. Meow 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 meow. Okay. So yeah, I think Draco gets offers of 50, 75K, and I think he goes. I don't think he sells it for that because he genuinely wants it. I think he needs the money. So, and same thing with Clever Jerk. Like you'll get lucky. People will get lucky if they go to somebody that has a special mint of something, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to give you an offer you can't refuse," type of deal, and they'll take it. But if you're already fairly wealthy before this bull market, and then it's the less likely you are to take a deal. Like the wealthier you are before the bull market, the less likely you are to take a deal when the bull market hits. May was the bottom. Clarity Act passes. Income is crazy October. If it doesn't, maybe we kiss close back to the bottom. Regardless, bear is over. Bump it. Bump it. Meow. Bump it. Meow, 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 meow. There's very little economic activity in the Midwest for sure. For show. Getting that for show. Bought my Vader sets with hat. Oh, he bought his Vader sets with gems back in the day. Oh yeah, because this came out in like 22, right? Back in the day, probably a gem discount. Oh my God, these Vaders. Oh my God, he's got the 501 Vaders as well. Oh my God. He's got the 501 Vader. So if you don't know, like the 501, like the 501st Legion Stormtrooper, he's got the 321 Vaders. The 666 are my favorite though. Like the 501's epic. I didn't know he had that. But the 6.6 is definitely the favorite. He's got all 800 Vaders, like number 800, and he's got the 456 Vaders. Oh God, freaking amazing! Just such a beautiful collection. This dude is. Oh my God. Give me one sec here. We actually almost touched 00023. We almost touched there. Again, we're at 2-2 now. 2-2-3. The army is where the real tough guys are. I mean, everyone is in the military. Like you have a certain level of toughness, right? You have a certain level of like, you did it. Everyone's barely like even serving in the military. No, it all. I mean, it depends on your job, right? If you're in finance, you like don't work. If you're in finance in the Air Force, you just straight up don't work. And nobody likes those guys, and they suck. And they again, they don't work. But if like I was working on the flight line, like I was a critically manned career field. We were very important. Is 24-hour operations. Like the operations did not stop the entire time I was in. They didn't stop before I got there. They didn't stop after I left. It's insane the amount of like. There's a reason why we could open up a base and a Burger King within 24 hours of doing that, because that was my job, to move bullets, beans, and cargo. That's what it was, and passengers. We just moved bodies. It was insane. My God, got to drive a lot of cool vehicles, and it's weird. You could load missiles and explosives just from a computer-based training. Like that meme, just like, oh, I as a barber, I have to go through like 800 hours of school when cops don't have to go through that many hours. And it's like me who can literally load live ammunition and bombs from computer-based trainings is wild. But yeah, I know, Chair Force. It's not a chair right now. Like I know why we're called the Chair Force, because a lot of the Air Force, yeah, they behind desks. Like if finance I'm so like, when you're on the flight line, everyone that doesn't work on the flight line, you call nonners, because, you know, like they're not on the flight. Like it's yeah, very jealous of finance that literally does no work. They don't have to lift a fucking finger, and they don't work half the time. Medical, you always got to be nice to medical. You always got, and nice to services. Make your food, bro. But you got to be nice to medical too, because if you get hurt, like out there, they're the ones that got treat you, you know. So you got to make sure they're good. Army's best branch of the military by far. In what way? Like in what terms? Air Force and Navy are the smartest. Army's a little dumber. Marines are, again, they're just animals. Like they speak in grunts. Yeah, it's Army's like a happy medium where it's like, okay, you're not a crazy animal like a Marine, but like again, Air Force country club compared to, but Army, it still sucks. The amount of times that I've heard an Army person say like, I should have just done Air Force. If you have a choice, if you have the opportunity to do Air Force, it's the same pay. You know, Air Force is generally a cushier lifestyle. My job was not. My job was backbreaking, and that's why my body's destroyed. But generally, any job you get in the Air Force is going to be a bit easier. Mostly, like there's obviously the battlefield airmen. There's PJs. PJ is like the hardest job in the military, which I was not. But yeah, depends. Randy, tell me anything about the DEVVE token. Bought a few $100K a while back, but I noticed recently it's tanking. Have I lost my investment? Thought it was a good project. Is it done? So the DEVVE token and the DEVVE company, they're kind of two separate things now. DEVVE company is going great. And if you still have your DEVVE tokens, you're fine. Don't move them. Don't sell them. Can't sell them right now anyway. Don't buy any more, because they are airdropping us a new token called DEVX. The DEVX token, when it's airdropped, that's the token that's going to be supported. So again, if you have your DEVVE tokens, you'll be airdropped the DEVX token. It might be 1-to-1. It might be a different ratio, but you'll get that. Afterwards, they won't be supporting the DEVVE token, so do whatever you want with them at that point. They'll be doing it presumably before the end of the year, but it'll be, what do you call it? It'll be, I mean, they were raising money through FIAS. I don't know if it's public, if they're done with the cap raise or not, but I'll tell you, things are full steam ahead, and the DEVVE Corporation is in a much stronger position now than they were this time last year. So all good things ahead. I've been waiting to buy more, but again, you don't want to buy the DEVVE token now. The snapshot, I don't know if it was already taken, what day they were doing, but don't buy DEVVE tokens now. If you want a DCA on the project, get the DEVX tokens after they do their thing. Army's toughest by far. Again, it's going to depend on your job. I mean, you could just go through normal basic training for any of them, and you know, you could have a cushy job, but you could have like a brutal, you know, tech school. So it really depends on, but generally you would think like Marines probably the toughest. Tony rolled that fitness test is a joke. Yeah, it depends. Yeah, I mean, you could be really skinny and you know, pass through it with flying colors. Now, granted, that's the kind of maintenance test. The stuff that you have to do for base, it really depends. Like, basic is very physical for Marines. For Army, yeah, it's physical. But you get to have a lot of fun with that too, because like my boy, especially in infantry, They were firing every type of weapon. There was rocket launch there. It was like, I'm qualified on like 3 weapons, right? Like M4, M16, M9. Like that, it's a fairly small, it's not really versatile. Army, especially infantry, you get qualified on everything, and it's awesome. But then the Air Force, basic training is not about like physicality. It's, you're in class most of the time. It sucks. Like you learn stuff about the Air Force, but it's really meant for kids that just like never had a job before, or they don't have discipline. And it's like this, I would have been better off without base. I was sick the entire time. It was awful. Imagine a 20-year-old with 36-inch waist. I mean, you have some big boys. But just because you have like a 36-inch waist doesn't mean you're fat. You have some like power lifted. You have some like very muscular guys that just don't have a 36-inch waist. Like they don't get full points, or they have a 36-inch waist, and you know, they're just big guys though. ML POWs, Earth2, not just women. Listen, Afghanistan literally has like goat fuck Wednesday. I'm sure they, yeah, to the combatants in the Middle East that are not our friends, I'm sure a hole's a hole, right? I'm sure that happens also. But again, I'm not about to go on GLP-1. Let's go. So yeah. Alabama's not the Midwest. No, but it's just not really like it's not a high-tech state. South is the Midwest is almost normal. It depends where you go in the South. 1 week chart for OMI is beautiful. Yeah, the 1 week chart looks great, and we are actually at 2-3 now. Like OMI is at 2335. Okay, so we haven't even really been talking that much about OMI, and I also, so here's a reason why I think it's going up. Give me 1 second. Let me meow, 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 meow. Turning into an OMI watch party. And let's do this. Let's do that. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. DACAT, this, home. Very good, very good. Okay, there's a guy. Is it Dubs? I think Dubs is the Sniper J Dubs that had said, OMI fam, what's the easiest way to buy the token in the US these days? Now, J Dubs, I don't know if he wants me to really dox. He's in New York, but I don't really want to say what he does. Homie's got money. Is he Oprah rich? No, but this dude could throw in 100 grand every day for multiple days and not feel it. Like he can get to probably a couple billion, like if he wanted to. So I assume some of this is from him. Let's see where the volume is coming from. First, let me just check the Bitcoin. Just under 78, 77.9. Oh, no, 78.1 now. We dipped under it for a bit. Ethereum, 25.20. Not bad. Okay, so Akomi, let's see where the volume's coming from. We are so 946,000 in volume. So that's not a ton, especially considering the fact that, oh no, my blankie. Oh, it's falling off past my legs. Sorry, give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. DeepSeek. All right. Let's see where we are. All right. OKX has about 25K in volume. Gate.io is 59. MEXC is 63. BingX is 156. Kraken 22. So Kraken would be good for JDubs, but again, New York sucks, right? He's actually texting me right now. Oh, he hasn't bought yet. Oh shit. Um, you were to ask me a month ago, I would have had a decent amount for you. Um, at this time, I don't, because of the hype of the new OMI utility program. Um, um, I did just shoot a text to one of my guys that bought a while back to see if he wants to lock in any profits. We'll let you know. Zombie saying, yo, what up, Zombie? I love you guys. 77 Ultra Rare is the next best in my opinion. Well, somebody has that already. Like it's not. Now maybe they'd be willing to let it go. But the 70, yeah, that it would be another good one. Because the 66s are taken by Clever Jerk. Yeah, the 77, but again, that was gotten recently in like the last few months. I don't know. Let me see. We could look it up because I think it was done on Stacker. And then we'll go back to, was this Fist? Yeah, Emperor's Fist. Okay, so we go to the analytics, and then we go to the NFTs, and then we search 77. And then I think, oh, it was actually owned by Dr. Fidgetal. And oh yeah, so he got it. Okay. Give me one sec. All right, you guys about to see something really special here. Let me give my boy Dubs a call here real quick because we got one of my guys that god damn it. He's gonna be okay, well Dubs might not even be answering here. Call him. Yeah, okay. All right. Let me know. 25. Let me know how much for. So because all right, so now with OMI, okay, all right, give me one second. Let me finish the Dr. Fidgetal thing. So Dr. Fidgetal bought it on February 21st. I don't remember how much he paid for it, but he did. Let me see if I can shoot him a message because I know him. We're homies. Meow. Can I ask how much you paid for the number 77 ultra rare Vader? Vader. The price is probably going to be. I don't know. I don't know. Price is hella volatile. What? And depending on where you are, so it's 2-3 on, and again, it just went there. So it's 2-3 on CoinGecko, or I'm sorry, it's 2-3 on Gecko Terminal. It's 2-2-2 on CoinGecko, and then it's 2-1-2 on CoinMarketCap. Okay, now it's 2-2-4. Okay, well, fuck me, right? I don't. Price is hella volatile. I don't know. Asking price now. What do you think is fair? We'll see what I can lock in. Yeah, OMI be pumping. Do you really think OMI can hit all-time highs again? Yeah. I mean, so I think a couple of things have to happen. Clarity Act would be best, right? But what we also have to have a low cap alt season. Last year, Bitcoin pumped, ETH pumped to like 5K, again, that went to like all-time highs. And you had like, Solana do well. You had some of the normal top 20, top 50 tokens do well. But you never got the banana zone. You never got that blow off top alt season for the small micro caps. If the same thing happens and it's just the top 30 coins that run, OMI's not going to do that well. Unless they can somehow get to the top 30. Like if you have a blow off top alt for the micro caps, and it's not going to be the same as 2021 where like everything goes crazy, right? It's going to be, if it goes, now granted, there's going to be a meme season, right? Like, I don't think technically it should happen, but it will. Like, there's going to be memes that go crazy. But I think a lot of the capital is going to be concentrated into the companies that are doing really well. Yes, you have to have tokens, but if the companies behind the tokens are doing really, really well, like DEFFINITY, like DEVX, like DACAT, like VeVE and OMI, yeah, then I think that does well. Rising started Ari, tag me. Sasha, been part of the VeVE official fam. She's about to join the affiliate team. My collectibles should be signing up soon, and Dr. Strange, she'll join us on the next space, hopefully available. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. Damn, Sasha be purty. Almost 2. Well, we're at, depending on where you look, I think, again, 2-2 on CoinMarketCap. And then, okay, 2-2 on Gecko Terminal. All right, so we're at 2-2 pretty much everywhere now, which is fine. I'll take that. What's that doing to the... What is that doing to the collectibles, though? Partners at 5-4, 1-5 at Todd, 19. All right. Oh, now it's 10-6 for Spidey. Because it was, it's 10 million. It's 10 million for Spidey. It's 10 million OMI for Spidey. Now it's still $2,200, but it's 10 million. It's 10 million. It's 10 million OMI. Okay. If I didn't do it yesterday when OMI was like 1920, I'm not doing it now at like 223, right? Like you can't. Now again, 10 million is pretty low for Spider-Man, but if OMI keeps going up, then it stands to reason that the price in OMI will probably go a little bit lower. Yoda hasn't been under 5 million OMI, I think, like ever. Now it's 4.5. Why? Because that still means Yoda's $1,000. Like right now at 4.5 million OMI, that seems like it's pretty low in OMI. Need to be at market. Yeah. thoughts. Fuck. If it's OTC. Fuck. To we can do get into 022. One second here. Got to divide. Because you can't take like the 7-day average, right? Okay, give me 1 sec. 91. Okay. 20K. 20K. Okay. $20K. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 sec. We might be doing 20K. Okay, sorry about that. Omaha is a hot spot though. Bean counters, meow meow meow. What's up with the market? Ooh, sorry. What's up with the marketing of OMI and DEVVE and Definity? Don't they know what fucking is anymore? Or the $1 million plus influencers? Okay, copy that. Make it special. Okay. Give me 1 sec. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. Meow, 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 meow. Whoop, whoop. If it's 7, bro, ETH. Oh, I didn't know we're paying in ETH. Oh my gosh. All right, hang on. Now we have to put in ETH price, 2519. All right, 7949. All right. Okay. Contain. How am I paying this? I'm just rolling out. Okay. All right. Well, when I get a notification from them, I'll keep you all posted. We are getting to the point now where the marketing might be a good idea. So DEFFINITY was just on a call with something Street Gems. Give me one sec. And they got a couple buys from it. I'm gonna see where what that it's called, like Gem Calls or Gem Street Calls. Give me I'll try to find it. Maybe I can search for it. Street Gem Calls is what they're called. So there's 10,000 people in there. I was like, okay, that's not bad. That's pretty good. And they did okay with it. They were on Me and Rain's channel recently, a few weeks back. Okay, so that was my boy buying just now. As you can see, fees suck. Also, a small amount pumps the price. Oh yeah, so DEFFINITY's slowly doing marketing, but they're not out yet. Like the Bloomsbury Bank is in soft launch right now. It's not. Oh God, I'm almost out of water. We're in soft launch right now for them. They will do a hard launch in Q4, and then a bunch of those institutional clients will buy. Like the best thing is really just for DEFFINITY to have a much bigger, like just a lot of green candles. They can get the green candles done, then that's the best marketing. OMI's doing as much as they can as far, because again, the program's not rolled out yet, but Foster's been doing a great job. Like even before, what did Crypto Cosmo just write? The only token that allows you to buy digital collectibles from 200 plus worldwide brands, all in one place: Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, Funko, Roblox, Lamborghini, and hundreds more. Have you been stacking? I know I have. Now let's go to Foster real quick, because he had mentioned something before. And he actually requoted Coinbase Markets, which said assets added to the roadmap today are as follows: Base Cat, Debt Relief Bot, Dolphin, and Grass. I don't know any of those, but Foster says, great to see Coinbase listing projects that are supporting the Base ecosystem. Well, every token has its merits. Only one of the network that allows you to buy premium NFTs from over 200 of the world's biggest brands in IP, and it's built building on Base the last 2 years. Even now, you had Jesse.base.eth. So stablecoin Sean, who has almost 25,000 followers, saying Base trying to last ditch stay relevant with nonsense listings, way too late. Awesome. Send ETH address. For ETH address now. All right. Asking for ETH address now. We're locked in. Now, Jesse.base.eth, that has 350,000 followers, says, yes, the last ditch effort when 1% of the global, less than 1% of the global economy is on chain. Day by day, we just keep getting better, and we are grateful Coinbase is listing base assets. Stablecoin Sean says, hi, Jesse. Pod is legit. I'll give you that. That's the dolphin one. I don't know what it is. BaseCat is pure crime, and your hand was forced trying to copycat Robinhood. I don't know what BaseCat is. I don't know what, like, I don't know if this person is, so give me one sec. Okay. But I don't know what this person is alleging. Yes, I can send the OMI as soon as the you have my word. Meow 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 meow. Cause baby, so am I. So am I. Really hoping this OMI is on base. All about that base. About that base. No. Okay. This will be okay. Very good. Very good. Give me one sec. Yeah, so I don't know what BaseCat is, but it says, where was this type of activity for the last year, plus when you had pole position and a vibrant crypto X AI ecosystem? Happy to give you a list of projects that feel like they've been improperly neglected on a call. Jesse.base.e says, post a great list of projects you think should be listed on Coinbase markets so the team can see it. Foster Hill saying, hey, Jesse Polak, it's great to see you looking for high-quality projects for the Coinbase markets team to consider. Well, I think you guys have done an incredible job with Base over the past couple of years. I believe you could do a better job of listing projects that support Base before it was the obvious choice. We've been building the OMI token on Base since May 24th, and we're only the 15th token on the network to do so. We have publicly committed to building all of our token utilities on Base, and to date, we have over 12.5 million TVL bridge to the network and tens of thousands of users, with millions in TVL and thousands more users unexpected with our upcoming release of OMI Unlimited. We've managed to create a top 400 coin through an incredible community and project that you simply won't find anywhere else. Only one exchange will, oh, give me one second. Oh, fuck, it's USDC. Give me one second. Copy. USDC. Yes. Motherfudger. No one ever discovered me. Double as a superstar. Get the best of both worlds. And now take it slow and rock out the show. Give me one second. Was this too? Yeah. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Give me one sec. Yeah, we should be fine. Is the OMI on base? Hope it's on base. I hate updating stuff. Okay, I have 1 cent in ETH over here. If it's fucking... I literally have 1 cent in ETH. This OMI better be on bearish. Motherfucker. All right, where's the OMI now? Yes, I know. All right, we're still 2-2. Locked in, asking for... Okay. Yes, he's a good friend. Okay, copy. He's gonna send the USDC. So give me 1 second. Paste to bargain or meeting all your spatula needs. Okay. Good, and it don't have to go right. And I should be able to see. Okay, very good. No 1 cent and right over. Okay. I'm sorry. We'll do. Where was I? Oh yeah. All right. So getting into the marketing. Sorry, getting back to Foster saying only one exchange will be the go-to for the token that powers a platform with over 200 of the world's biggest brands and IP, including Disney, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Lamborghini, USPS, Coca-Cola, and more. And I believe that exchange should be Coinbase. You had a dream to bring to the world on-chain with Base, and we have one that will continue to build that dream alongside with you. Bet on the people who bet on you. Well said. OMI is going places with or without. Shouldn't say that. OMI is going places. The OMI train is moving. Get on board or get left behind. Meow. No, I didn't type the meow. Randy's best influencer they have. Oh, thank you. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Appreciate it. Air Force needs a brain. Marines need balls. Army needs balls. Bob's an OMI party in Las Vegas. Who's in? Oh God. We'll probably have multiple parties as OMI goes up, because like we should. Anyway, that's what Foster has been up to. He's such a champion for us. He's so glad we have him. So absolutely so glad we have him. And people should go to Foster. Like, Crypto Cosmos says, being the only token that allows one to buy officially licensed digital collectibles from hundreds of mainstream brands all in one place is a no-brainer. List on Coinbase. Agreed. Agreed. Let me see if my boy sent these funds yet. He has not. He has to swap his ETH for his USDC. Okay. Do not buy the DEVVE token. The DEVVE token right now is not going to be supported. The new DEVX token will. People will be buying that DEVVE token. I don't know why. Good evening, Mr. Omar. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, what up? AG SB7PU. Hello, Mr. Pug. Meow, meow, meow. Do you think the DEVVE will mint the full 300 million DEVX tokens or less? I really hope it's max 150. I don't know. Nearly 50 since the other 150 was for forever scammers and should go reporting holders. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. How much has to happen for OMI get? Oh yeah, so somebody mentioned, was it like 10 cents or something before, or 1.4 cents? Stuff has to happen. Like I think like what Foster's doing right now and what we're doing here is, I think, paramount. And I'm waiting for these freaking funds to be sent. And my guy's gotta, he's just got to swap the stuff. But I have the address, y'all. We got 90. Okay, my back. I think OMI can hit all-time high at, yeah. Like I said, we have to have a proper low cap alt season, and we have like as long as VeVE keeps delivering, they've been cooking for a while. As long as they keep doing that, they'll be fine. That's all they need to just keep doing. I'm not even saying to do more, but they seem to be. They seem to be just doing nothing but just cooking and working, and that's it. Epic. See the other Vader sale today. Damn. There's so many people that are going to want that number 77 mint to that 77 mint ultra rare Vader, because the 1977 just sold for so much, so the 77 are obviously going to go nuts with. Oh, it's a 002. 002, just time. Like OMI Unlimited. Really, that's it. Just OMI Unlimited. And then I think the hype from that we can get pretty close. With again, bull market coming in, Clarity Act passing, ETH's got to go out, and the NFT rally has to start. Now we don't know when that's going to be, although NFTs have been doing very well these past couple days. So we'll see. Why aren't you going full stake? I don't know if I am or not. I might. Keep you posted. Scared to potentially lose on pumps? No, because I'm not. Like if it pumps, like let's say like pumps to 001, like I'm not. I wouldn't sell there anyway. Like I might sell like a little bit because I got a bunch at 00011. So I might take a little bit there, but really the bulk of my stuff wouldn't be until like half a cent. And even then, it's not like I'm selling my whole bag there. You know, you definitely want to keep like a big moon bag because it's possible that we do another like 4x from there and we go to 2 cents. And that's possible we do another 4x. Like, so it's possible we do like go from half a cent, we do another 10x from there. So I don't think it's wise to sell everything at half a cent. Because now, again, a lot of money is going to be going. It's going to get silly. It's going to get really silly at some point. Wow, watch my gosh, send these funds. Oh my goodness. I think Born has started. Yeah. OMI DEVVE going to be too late to deliver? No. I mean, again, the bull run, I think has started. Not everybody thinks that way, though. In a few months, we'll say, yeah, it started here. But again, we're soft bull run. Dr. Prophet said like 82.5. That's when it really starts. And do we get there? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, we'll get there eventually, but do we get there soon? Listen, Bitcoin's up 23% this week. It was $62,000 a week ago. Let's give it another week. Like, let's give it a couple days, right? You know, it doesn't have to do it right away. Let's give it another week, right? Here's a genius. The best around. Listen to that sound. A little bit before you go. Sorry. Looking at these transactions, and I'm waiting for my guy to send the stuff. To be or not to be? That is the question. And it seems like it does its own thing outside of markets. It reacts, but it doesn't seem pinned. I feel like I'm totally dependent on the project and teams, the unique project. It is unique. There's nothing else like it. Like, there's other things that are digital collectibles platforms. Like, again, Panini does really well. Candy, I think, shows a lot of promise. I don't. They're used to, like, NFL All Day, NBA Top Shots, like UFC Strike. They used to be really, at least in the conversation. I haven't heard anyone talk about NFL All Day or UFC Strike in a minute. I'm sure NBA Top Shots is still talked about. I just haven't. Like, I'm not in that circle. I'm not in those circles. All right, guy. It's been 9 minutes. How long does it take to go in and swap into USDC? I genuinely don't know. Sorry, my side up club is okay. There we go. Refreshing this thing every couple minutes here. Come on, guy. Stop, get the best of both worlds. Do it, I take it slow, and you rock out the show. Oh, damn. Okay. Let's go over some of the news, because there's a lot to go over here. My God. Shouldn't have. Okay, that's fine. What do we got? Where did we go from here? Foster just sent something. Oh, Comey saying, hey, OMI fam, if you think any more reasons that Jesse Pollock and Coinbase Markets should consider listing the OMI token on Coinbase, make sure to let them know down below. Hell yeah. Jesse says, share-based projects you think should be listed. Foster says, early commitment. The OMI token was only the 15th bridge to base in May of 2024. Engaged users. Over 14.5 thousand users and 12.5 million TVL on the network to date. Growth potential. Top 400 token despite no major tier 1 listing. Legacy narrative. Only token that allows you to purchase officially licensed NFTs from Disney, Marvel, DC, and 200 plus more. Loyalty. We publicly committed to building all of our utility on base and believe in bringing the world on chain. Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely, they deserve this 100%. How do we convert from DEVVE? It'll be airdropped. We don't have a date on when, but at some point it will be. My guy, come on, send the USDC, por favor, so the OMI deal can be done. I am out of water. The only other drink I have is the tequila, but I will not drink yet. My constitution is a little bit better. I like my girls a little bit older. Oh, love older gals. Oh, I don't know. It might be. Also might not be. I will keep you posted. And be advised, if you're going to try to go ask Tom in the DEVVE official chat, the things that are posted there, it's just like, hey, we'll let you know when we have something, and that's it. It says, we're working to define our strategy and I'll give people information as soon as we can. Like that's it. I hope it's a one-to-one airdrop. Although it might not, because again, if they had a large supply last time, right? And the Forever Association had part of that. So maybe they do a different way where they take some of the tokens out of circulation. That would be cool too. So we shall see. We shall see. Anyway, moving on. Candy says, just got the final details about the upcoming DC Comic Quest, and all I have to say is, wow. Really, that's what he said, it was wow. Me and Brittany. CFTC chair Michael Selig says, for years, anti-crypto armies, doomers, and decelerationist stifled innovation. The CFTC is turning the page and charting a course for the new frontier of finance innovators. Hell yeah. Bro, I've been on the top. I came across Bible hood stories. I have never been so like I've heard these stories before, but never the Bible hood version of them. That shit was wild. We need more of that. I don't like that North Korea, like arms sales to Russia and goods from China provide boost despite sanctions. North Korea regime is wealthier than ever, fortunately. SEC proposed its first ever crypto rules regulation crypto assets to create clear framework for crypto. The SEC is launching its own Clarity Act. Okay. My brother in Christ, where is this USDC? Damn. Crypto Cosmos says, okay, Gary V, I admit it. Admit it, you got me. I believe you're going to take our VeFriends brand to special levels in the collector world. Had a few VeFriends Series 2 and decided to step it up a notch. Got a VeFriends Series 1. It's a good photo of me. Virus. Okay, very good. All right, Stickerverse Genesis VeVE Knot snapshot August 22nd, 2026. Make sure your Genesis VeVE Knot is where you want it ahead of release 2 coming soon. The D23 effect. Disney Pinnacle's biggest weekend on record. 5,700 new collectors. 8,294 wallets active during D23. $90,000 in marketplace volume, secondary marketplace, and 48,015 pins minted. All right. Disney Pinnacle. We've been live for almost 2 hours and my voice is shot and I'm really want to drink, but I cannot. Well, we'll power through. In sales, you are very used to getting rejected. And being in sales helps with girls because, again, you're used to rejection. You don't care. On the next one. I've been with a lot of girls. I have, what was like the Babe Ruth thing? Like, Babe Ruth had the most home runs of his era, but he also struck out the most. That means he took chances. I've been with a lot of girls, but I've also been rejected by more girls than 99% of guys. But again, like you don't, but like, how do you get, this is going to sound horrible. How do you get to be with a lot of girls? You ask a lot of, like, again, you shoot your shot. Now it helps to, have a little cash in the pocket, to dress well, to be, in shape and be confident. Cool car and dressing well definitely helps, like a lot. But again, just having game, like in the bar, they don't really know, right? And that, again, like, how do you sell 1,000 dresses? You have to have 1,000 dresses. Like, how do you can't sleep with X amount of women if you've only been with, a certain, like, you can't sleep with this amount of women if you've only tried to talk to and be with this amount of women. Like, it doesn't compute, doesn't work. why I bring up sales is because sales guys, especially like cold call, like, you know, the girls that go up to you in malls that are just like, hey, you look good, you want to try this face cream, you want to try this cream, and it's hard to get people to buy something that they don't want to buy, because like, one, a lot of people are like poor, right? Like some guys it works on because, like, you know, they get attention from women, and then that works the opposite way too. Like, call a girl cute, call, like, you know, like, sweet talker. Like, in sales, if you're talking to someone from the South, you mention God. You talking from you know, liberal from New York, mention that you hate Trump, right? Like, um you wear a lot of hats and you be who you need to be to get the sale. Because if they don't know you, they don't like you. So you have to make that connection. If they don't like you, they don't trust you. So you have to make that connection to get them to like you. Like that's part of the reason why, you know, a little bit of football, you know, a little bit of baseball, you know, a little bit about everything of where they're from. And if need be, you make up a story. Now, thankfully, I have friends everywhere because of the military. But um, like, let's say, like, you talk to someone from um, like Louisiana. Oh yeah, my friend Mark. You know, he went to LSU. You know, he was in the Air Force. Got out, went to LSU. Yeah, and then you mentioned Go Tigers. You mentioned you know, Joe Burrow. Like, you just mention people that were there, and you get them to like you, because if they don't like you, they don't trust you. So you have to get them to like you. And then it's a long, arduous process to get someone to agree to buy something, or in my case, high risk lending, get them to accept money and take it. Speaking of money, let's see if this mother flapper has said, bro, what is up? Why are these, why the delay? Do I have to call this guy again? We're waiting. Yes, 100%. I will send you my OMI as soon as you send the funds, and I'll send the funds. I can send you OMI on base, but you send the USDC. I can send OMI on base to your stacker wallet or base wallet. All right, I'm just going to show them. Enough to cover it. Okay, he's ready to send. He is hesitant, but he's ready. I would just send the freaking thing so we can get this deal done. Oh, yeah. Let me know when the USDC is sent, and I'll send the. Okay, where was I? Talking about sales and talking about touch appeal. A lot of times, you need to, as a consumer, you need to have a couple touches. You need to be touched a couple times before you agree. What that means is, like, for high risk lending, the initial phone call. Hey, my name's Randy. I have every product available. I have credit lines. We start at this percent. Like, you know, whatever you need, whatever's best for your business, I can do for you. The only thing we do is need to qualify. You're putting at least $10,000 into a business bank account. How much are you looking to get, and what are you looking to do with the funds? Okay, you need 30 grand. Okay, you need this. All right, how much more revenue is that going to generate for the business? Like, why do you have to, like, if they're going to get something for, let's say, like 30 grand, but it's not going to give them that much more revenue, it's like, okay, this is not where the money doesn't work. And if the money doesn't work, then like they're not going to come to me for like money again. And they might not pay back the fucking loan. So it's like, you have to make sure that they're going to make money with the money. It's like, all right, cool. Have your bank statements. I'll come back with you like with a couple of offers, go over each one together, see which one you like best, right? See what the best option is. Then you call them again. You beat them up. Be like, hey, because like the reason why we're talking is because they don't have 700 credit, right? So it's like, hey, be advised, like, and we did SBAs, like we legit have every type of product. But banks like take forever, and sometimes again, fast money, easy, cheap. Second call is like, hey, be advised, your credit came in as this, X, Y, and Z, you know, so you can't qualify for this and that, but we can do this. And you go up to it with like a shitty offer. You're like, hey, like, you know, we have this right now. And they're like, I don't like that. It's like, listen, I don't like it either. This is all we have. Now, because I'm like underwriter and I could tell what big banks and other things are going to give, like, hey, listen, I don't know if I can, like, this is the offer we have. You can take this right now. You don't like it. That's okay. I don't like it either. I throw in the option, listen, we could take this right now. I can get you on credit repair. I can get this credit. I can get these things off your credit. Credit companies are like the credit repair companies out there are trash. They take off like one thing each month because they want you to keep you paying for like, you know, 12, 18 months. They take off one thing each month. See, it's working. My girl Teresa does credit repair. Like, she can get all your shit off in like all your shit off in like 1 month, maybe 2. And I was like, we can go back once you make good on these payments. We can go back and renegotiate and get you a better offer. And all of that is true. And they're like, you know, no, like, if they still don't like it, which again, you always, the first offer is always the shittiest. You're just like, okay, listen, I don't know if I can, but because like all my clients, like, again, I had less than a 1% default rate. My clients don't default. These banks know me. If I can go in and get you this, will you move forward? Like, if I, and you give them like a better offer, like, hey, you had borrow X, pay back Y. I'm going to give you borrow this, pay back that. You know, if I can do that, will you move forward? And they're like, and you want that, yes, because again, you just like beat them up, like and you don't expect them to say yes to this either. Sometimes they do, but it's like, you know, like I don't know. Cool, like that second phone call is just like, that's not the closing phone call. That's just the I don't know. When you call them back with that offer, be like, hey, you know, we have this offer, and maybe don't make it the best offer. Make it just a better offer than before. Be like, we have this now. If they still say no, it's like, okay, listen, I understand this is not what you want, but we got to be close, right? Like how far away are we? Because I don't want to go in to these banks, to the people that I built relationships for, and say like, I need this from a guy, I need this from a guy, and I'm not gonna like bend them over barrel and make them give me something if you're not gonna take it. So if I can get this done, will you take it? I need a yes or no, and then you shut up. First person to talk loses. And sometimes he'd be sitting there for minutes. First person talk loses. And then he'll be like, yes or no, or give me 1 sec. Bro, I still am not seeing this USDC. Yes, USDC on ETH. Getting ready to send that. Fuck. Took a minute to convert from ETH to USDC. Okay. And it's like, okay, why am I explaining this to you? The question is about Disney Pinnacle and OMI. What does this have to do with it? Again, you have to make them like you, and you have to touch them you know, generally 4 or 5 times. I never wanted to see the Barbie movie, but after hearing the fucking radio ad 30 times in like 2 days, yeah, okay, I'll see it. You got me. Please stop with the Barbie commercials. And I saw it, and yeah, I'm glad I saw it. This is the greatest movie ever? No. Was it better than I thought? Yeah, it was. Disney Pinnacle is doing one of the most beautiful jobs that I've ever seen to get people on their app and get people excited about collecting and NFTs. Now, VeVE's doing a very good job. VeVE's job is like, hey, we have this guerrilla marketing team out there. We got Chavez, we got Doctor Strange, we got Rising Star Larry, who's just a fucking king. And they're going out there and they're telling people like, yeah, 10, they get a free $10. They get a free collectible of anything they want. What does Larry do? Hey, bro, Marvel or DC? Perfect line of questioning. You don't give them an option to say like, hey, you into digital collecting? No, like don't give them an option. Marvel or DC? Everyone's a Marvel or DC person. Give me 1 sec. The money should be sent in 3. Okay, close. Pin, very good. We're pinning. We're getting that. And it doesn't matter what they say. If they say Marvel, cool. They say DC, cool. We have most of these things. Who's your favorite superhero? Who's your favorite villain? Who's your favorite character? Again, we'll have him. And he's like, stand there real quick. And he takes a picture of them with it in, okay, sending now. With AR. And they're like, oh, like, it's cool. It's so cool. And it's like, you want this? Because of the market that we're in right now, it's very easy. Like, you get it for free, my guy. You get it for free. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, what are their comments? Like $2? You get 5 of those fucking things. Deadpool, first appearance Deadpool, couple dollars. This ultra rare is probably like $10. Very, very exclusive thing. And again, it's a very good first touch. It's a very good thing to make them have a positive experience with it. Disney Pinnacle, like if VeVE gets like a B+ for their first like the first interaction is like an A. But it's like that's kind of it. The only way they're coming back is if like they bought something for $2. Oh, I got $8 more. Oh, you know. And then it's like, okay, how do you, like they can get their own $5 referral code, refer a friend, cool. You know, so their first interaction with people gets an A. Their, you know, first 5, like that goes down to like a B, because it's harder to do that. But Disney Pinnacle though. Now for this you have to have, well, you don't have to have a Disney Plus account to be on Disney Pinnacle, but if you have a Disney Plus account, you get a free pin on Disney Pinnacle. Not just like when you sign up, but like you get it every month. You get a free pin from Disney Pinnacle every month as long as you have a Disney Plus account. Now, Disney Plus accounts are like $150 a year, which is pretty much what I pay each month to freaking go to the gym. But when you take that and you're just like, okay, you have a first positive experience. Like, this is cool. Because again, it's Disney. Like, you know, we love them. Like, everybody loves Disney. But then you touch them again the next month, and it's a positive experience. And then the next month, and the next month, and the next month. And that is such a brilliant way to, one, get people on your app, to get them excited about your product, and just have it very positive. He said sending now, but I am not. Okay. It says sending now, 386. He said sent. Copy that. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Address base. Okay. Transaction hash. There we go. Ooh. more, no more, no more, no more with the road jack. Meow, 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 meow. What'd you say? No more, no more, no more with the road jack. Don't turn back no more. Okay, that's transaction hash. What the heck is this? Okay. 2, 4, okay, 946. Might have been short by $55 here, which is fine, I think. Yeah, we should be good. Okay. I'll get back to my story in a sec. Larry's amazing. Any form of marketing that brings it to where the people already are, I think is great. Agreed. Although, Randy, number 4, row shopping number 5. Randy, do you ever see a scenario where VeVE loses their main Disney license to other competitors? No, because they already share with other competitors. Like, they already shared with Digitoys. They were Cryptoys. I think they're Digitoys now. You know, they share with Disney Pinnacle. So it's not like they lost the license or anything. It's just that Disney sees that, like, hey, works super well at VeVE. Maybe go super well. And again, this is what Disney Pinnacle is doing. Some people might say, fudge, I need some more water. My poor throat. Give me one sec. Okay. Copy. Okay, let me go to base scan here. Oh my God. Okay. Paste. Jesus, my dude's got 70 million OMI already. Okay. Copy that. Min. $10,000. Send test of 10K OMI. And let's see if probably should have sent more than 10K OMI. No one said it was sent. Internal transactions? Nope. Deposit transactions? Nope. Token transfers. 47 seconds ago. All right. It was, yes. Okay. So it was received. So now I have to send, oh gosh. Paste. One sec. Okay, 18. Fuck. This would be so much easier if it was 89. Okay. Sent the rest. And the rest here on Gilligan's Island. All right, finishing up an OMI deal here. Okay, that's done. You should receive it. Oh shit. Okay, got it. Sweet. Tip would be good. Should I ask for a tip? Now that you have some OMI, want to buy one of my collectibles? Let's see if we can get him to buy something with his newfound OMI. Ah, mother flapper. Stacker signed me out, and I don't know why. Stacker does this at like the most inopportune times. It's like girls that like know when you finally sit down a minute to relax. It's like you work all day and they're just like, bro, are you kidding me? Hang on one second. Hang on one second. I'm like 453. Fuck. Someone in the market for Spidey, huh? Oh my god. Guy is going to be the death of me. Everyone is going to be the death of me. And I swear on all that is holy, they better, this better be done in base or I'm going to lose it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Give me one sec. Stacker worlds. Okay, very good. I'm back now. I'm back. Leaderboards. No listings. What the heck is the price of OMI? Oh, still 2-2. Okay, very good. Very good. And the rest. Okay, all right. So anyway, why this is good for VeVE is that Disney Pinnacle is giving their all and having people have very positive experience. Now, out of the 5,700 new users that Disney Pinnacle got, you know, how many are going to start buying right away? Probably not too freaking many, right? Most of them, I would say 40% of them forget to log in next month to get their free pin. But 60% of them will remember and they're like, no, I'm going to log in. Like, this is cool. And there's probably pins on there that are super cheap that they're like, yeah, you know what, you don't spend a lot, but you get a little bit, you know, like there's probably people on there from that 60% that, and from that 60% that go to log in each month, like how many of them keep that up? Probably a decent amount, because again, it's free. And how many of them spend money? And even if it's just a little bit, you know, a couple dollars, probably a little bit. Like there's some that'll just do it for the free stuff, but there's some that'll spend. Now, out of that, how many whales are you going to get? Like, are you going to get a Rolex or a Dr. Profit? Maybe. You might, you know, out of thousands of people, you know, you might. But even if you don't, and you just get people like, yeah, throw $20 at it, you know, throw $100, you know, like people that maybe aren't spending thousands or tens of thousands, but you know, a little bit, like that's how you start slowly. And even if you do get some of the people that like rollouts are, that's probably like, there's going to be some people that are like, what the fuck is like, this is like, it's a whole new world for them. It's a whole new world they live in. It's a whole new place with a brand new attitude, but it's still Disney. It's still the stuff that you know and the stuff that you love. And let me ask. I don't think we did 10, 15. he, um, but what if, because if you don't want to do it at this price, but if you're going to do 10K and do 2, I think he'll do it. Okay. Me, I don't know about me on my own. Give me 1 sec. Oh, okay. All right, not bad. Okay. As those people get on Disney Pinnacle, out, double out, triple out. As those people get on Disney Pinnacle, they'll be able to do they'll take a look at other stuff. They'll fall in love with the tech, they'll fall in love with the IP, and they'll be like, hey, like they have Pixar, right? They have Star Wars, but they don't have Marvel. And they might get Marvel at some point, but they don't have it yet. But we do, and we have the first appearances of everything Marvel. So I think that even though Disney Pinnacle is the move right now, for those people that are just getting their toes wet, because again, it's free and they get something free every month, and it's a nice community, I think they wind up moving to VeVE. And I'm not saying that they completely give up Disney Pinnacle, because like, why would you turn away free stuff? I think what they do is they buy VeVE in conjunction with Disney Pinnacle, and the Disney like they're fun, they're cool, but you can't do the stuff with them that you can with VeVE. With VeVE, you have the stuff in AR, you take photos with like that's, and you know, there's a lot more money in the marketplace for VeVE. And there's just a lot more people online talking about VeVE than there is in Disney Pinnacle. So I think there's a lot, all roads lead to VeVE. And I think that Disney Pinnacle can complement it very well as a great way to onboard people. And this is exactly what you want. The hobby is going to grow. I'm not going to say why market yourselves, you should market yourself, but Disney Pinnacle is doing a great job at onboarding users that will eventually come to VeVE. So I've gone 2.5 hours. I need to get, whoa. Oh. Damn, the ETH swap sucks. All right, I gotta bounce, guys. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments good for the YouTube algorithm. And everyone say bye-bye to Dashi, we love you, and stream. Yeah.